Are they doing something? Or?
Boys, what's happening?
What's up?
How much, man?
What you got for me today?
Today we have a 2020 Range Rover SVR.
One of the coolest cars in our lot, probably the best SUV. Between both of us, we say it's probably the best SUV.
Yeah, definitely the best Range Rover you could get.
100%. So take a look.
Let's go check it out. Alright guys, so now we're in our showroom. We've got two SVRs here, the silver and this matte black one that we're going to check out today. Beautiful right off the bat, huh?
It does. It looks stunning.
For sure.
Especially in a showroom like this with the amount of nice cars we have in here, this really stands out.
Yeah, man.
So, as you can see, we have a lot of cars in here. So, leave us to it. We're going to take some cars out so we can get this bad boy out.
Alright guys, so it's December, we got the snow out, so you know we have to bring out the big boys, the Range Rover SVR.
Special Vehicle Operations.
Yes, sir.
That's a really cool nickname.
It is.
I think that might be one of the better names for specified cars that we have.
SVR definitely sounds
super nice.
So we're looking at a 2020 Range Rover SVR. This one comes in matte black, which is a really slick color on this car. Definitely makes it look stealthy.
It does.
Difference between these and the regular Range Rovers, I think we can start off by the hood.
Yeah, so the hood is carbon fiber.
Right.
It's got vents over here, which look really cool.
All right, functional vents too.
Functional, yes. Other than that, you get 22-inch rims, gloss black, Brembo brakes. Really nice. They're really good brakes. These are really good brakes.
Yeah.
For a car that makes the power it makes, it's really good. This car is more focused on its engine and the interior, which is upgraded from all the other packages, the autobiography, you have the base model, and then you have all the other TDE, TD6, which is all the diesels and stuff.
Right.
So this one has the 5-liter V8, making 575 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60, 4.2 seconds.
That's really good for a big car like this.
That weighs 7,500 pounds.
Oh wow.
0 to 60 in 4.2. This car is quick.
That's
for
impressive.
the weight it holds.
That's impressive.
Other than that, this car is the standard body and standard size and difference from
Classic
a regular
Range
Rover
shape that we all love.
Same thing. Nothing visually is different except for the hood.
Guys, it's getting chilly, so we're gonna warm up in the SVR. Should we go for a drive?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Alright guys, so we're on the road now, and right off the bat we got to talk about this interior.
This interior, man, you're absolutely right. It's absolutely gorgeous. As soon as you walk in, you're greeted with a lot of red leather, and you know that just screams luxury right off the bat. You get a bunch of red leather all over the front, all around your screens, your sides, even your seats get red leather. You get this really nice bucket seat, and if it's not leather in this car, you get carbon fiber, right? It's pretty much everywhere around the air conditioning panels, your shift knob, pretty much carbon fiber everywhere, even your steering wheel, right?
Yeah, this car is fully spec'd out. The only thing it's missing is massage seats, but other than that, this is basically the highest you can get in a Range Rover.
Yeah,
or the most you can get.
Exactly.
One of the glorious parts of this car, and if not the biggest selling point, is the 5-liter supercharged V8 up front.
Definitely.
565 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque. This thing is freaking quick. Just and then there's that. It sounds so amazing. Good. And this seems to be becoming a trend on our videos that all of our cars seem to have V8s in them. And they all sound really good.
It just goes to show V8 is king right now.
It is. There's no better option in terms of engines on the market. And for me, V8s are the way to go. And this car is amazing with this V8. And we've driven all the other Range Rovers with the diesel, the 6-inline, and all those other ones, but there's something special about the SVR.
This car feels totally different from those.
This car feels amazing. So this is like a niche market, really. This SUV, high performance SUV.
Yeah,
where the chassis is supposed to handle like a car and make the same amount of power as a car.
Right.
They've done a really good job at it.
Yeah.
It's so smooth. For a car that weighs this much, is luxurious, and has a V8 in the front.
It's kind of that perfect mix.
It's the perfect balance. Okay, so one thing I noticed right off the bat too with this car,
Yeah.
with the power it makes, this chassis and this powertrain is really good.
Yeah.
Like the handling is above par for an SUV that weighs this much and has this much power. It's actually very nimble and it's very responsive.
Very responsive.
It's extremely
Sure,
responsive,
yeah.
which is a really big selling point if you want one of these like high performance SUVs.
Yeah.
It's more responsive than the other ones on the market, and it feels more sportier than the other ones on the market. Right now we're in Canada, right? And it's snowing.
It's snowing. It's
I want to turn on to snow mode, so with this knob I'll just put this car into snow mode and it does all its electronic witchcraft, and the car becomes more dynamic in its handling in the snow. And then if I was going off-road, you can just switch it into mud ruts and it becomes even more dynamic. So this car doesn't compromise at anything really.
Right, so you could actually off-road in it.
Exactly. So it's got so many different settings and different specs that you can set up this car to do. You can do everything that you want to do. If you want to take the kids out for a nice little joyride on the highway, you put that thing into sport mode. You want to go for a nice stroll down snowy terrain, you put it into snow mode. If you're going off-roading with the boys, you put it into mud rut mode.
Exactly.
So this car doesn't compromise at anything, especially the engine and the drivetrain. It's really good. And I don't see why you wouldn't buy an SVR if you were in the performance SUV market, really.
Agreed, man.
So I had my fun. I think you should get behind the wheel of this thing and see how much it has to offer.
I think so too. Let's do it, man. Super comfortable. These bucket seats are really nice. So when you're buying a Range Rover, you're definitely looking for that perfect mix of sporty and luxurious. And this car definitely doesn't fall short. I mean, when you walk in, you're greeted with a bunch of red leather pretty much everywhere, all across the front dash, your doors. And if you don't have leather, it's filled with carbon fiber. Your shifter, air conditioning, and even the back seats have carbon fiber trim pretty much all over the back. You get a really nice red leather steering wheel, and you get carbon fiber at the bottom with the SVR logo to let you know what you're in.
So the back seats are actually really comfortable too. These are one of the better back seats I've actually ever been in. It's so nice. The leather feels really good. The seating position is really good too for an SUV. The line of sight that I have in here is stunning. I can see everything.
Yeah.
It feels like a really nice place to be. Paired with a panoramic sunroof, this is a really nice place to be in. And I don't say that for a lot of cars because who really wants to be sitting in the back? But this is one of those cars where you really do not mind sitting in the back.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Just sitting back there, I was looking at the technology that they have for the backseat passengers, and it's quite a lot. Honestly, if you have the same pretty much options that you have up here with the air conditioning. So if you want to fix your climate back there, you have dual climate back there, and you also, if you want to push it down, you can get your cooled and heated seats, which is a really nice touch that they extended it all the way to the back seat as well. Along with that, I noticed there was a cool little feature there where you have a little signal that lets you know if your door is safe or not to open. So if there's a bike or someone on a motorcycle coming up and you don't see them, that little warning will let you know that it's not safe to open your door. That just goes to show the innovation of Range Rover and their technology.
So that's another big point about this car is the amount of electronics and features that this car has is actually absurd. So let's talk a little bit more about all these features, including these two dashes that have so much built into it.
Yeah.
But it's not confusing at all.
Exactly. It's lovely, actually. You do have these two big screens in front of you. The bottom screen is a little bigger and it gives you all your climate control as well as your seat information. So you could have your heated or cool seats, whichever section you want, which is a nice little touch. It's not just generally all around. And you also have your air suspension in here as well, along with your dynamic modes, as Ridge mentioned. And with the top screen you have up here, it kind of controls all your media and your entertainment. And you also have a bunch of extra features like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get 360 camera, so you can see all the angles around you at any time. Along with the two really nice screens you get in the middle, you also have a really nice digital dash in front of you. And this digital dash, what I like about it is even in between your gauges, you have kind of that carbon fiber trim continue in there, which is a really nice touch from Range Rover to, you know, continue on the luxury of your interior, even into your digital dash. Now, while this interface is very user-friendly, we did see some glitchiness with the screens. You know, it's kind of been a problem for Range Rover in the past, but it's kind of a shame that they didn't fix it yet, because, you know, sometimes the screen isn't too responsive or your cameras will lag half a second, and that is a minor detail, but it's very important, especially when you're spending this much money on a car.
Well, that's actually one of the only problems we had with this car, really, to be honest. I think everything else outweighs these minor inconveniences.
Agreed.
And one of the other biggest things about this car is its safety features. So this car is not only fast, comfortable, and luxurious, it is also extremely safe.
It is. So in this car, you get lane keep assist, parking sensors, as well as a really good 360 camera system, so you get that bird's eye view. You never really have to worry about parking if you're coming too close to somebody. This car will let you know, it'll beep at you, it'll show you in every angle that is close to a car.
So as we can see, this car, I think, really highlights what an all-around performance SUV should be. It has the styling, it has the power, it has the noise, it has the comfortability, it has all the packages, all the details, minor details that you would want in a car above the $100,000 range. I really can't see why you wouldn't buy this car over its competition.
I agree. I mean, compared to its competition, I think it has probably the best styling out there, and in terms of engine, I think the power is pretty much perfect for this car. For what it is, it's...
The power is very linear, the transmission is very responsive. For an SUV, right? We're talking about an SUV over here.
7-ton SUV.
Exactly. So everything is very responsive. Everything is very refined. The quality is there. The design aspect is really thought over.
Definitely.
And it's just overall a really nice place to be.
Alright guys, so we just drove the 2020 Range Rover SVR. Let's get some final thoughts on it. What do you think?
So let's start off with our platinum rating.
Yes, let's do it.
So what are you thinking about styling?
Styling? I mean, look at this thing. It looks good from pretty much all angles. I think the body lines and the overall Range Rover styling has always been impeccable. So I'm gonna give that a 9.
I'm gonna have to agree with him. We're gonna go with a 9 on this one. This thing looks so good from every angle.
Agreed.
And even in the snow like today.
In the snow, it kind of looks
so good.
Kind of looks at home, right?
Now let's talk about interior and gadgets.
Interior is really nice. I mean, Range Rover, it's kind of sets a standard for the industry. I think it's really comfortable. I really like the red leather, so I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. How about you?
And added that with all the technology, all the safety features, all the little things you can do with the car, the air suspension, the dynamic change modes, and the lane keep assist, the little button at the top over here that stops you from opening the door. All these things, we're gonna give it an 8.5 for sure.
For the engine and transmission, what do you think of that?
So engine and transmission, I think we can both agree this is a solid 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
You cannot go wrong with this V8. You cannot go wrong with this suspension. You cannot go wrong with the handling, the powertrain, everything put together. This car is essentially the best performance SUV.
And like we said, it feels perfect for the car.
The power is just enough. The response is really good. The engine sounds glorious.
It really does. That V8 with that quad exhaust too.
Of course. So we're gonna give it a 10 out of 10 for this one.
Definitely.
So guys, our platinum score is 9 out of 10 for this SVR, which is a pretty high number.
It's a pretty good first number on the list.
So you know it's a really good car if we're giving it a 9 out of 10.
It's worth it.
We're gonna see how good it competes with its competitor, which is the next video, which is our GLE 63S.
That's gonna be a good competitor, man.
My money is still on this, but we're gonna find out. In order for you to find out, you guys gotta hit us up with a like and a subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Comment down what you think about this SVR. And if you really are looking for a performance SUV, we got everything, really, honestly.
Everything.
We have GLEs, we have Range Rovers, we have Maserati Levants, we have Jeeps, we have everything you want. We got it. So hit up our site, platinumcars.ca. And until next time,
see you guys.